Success Notes from Maharishi. Note 6. The power that sages have always used. We sages take an oath periodically. For myself, I do the following. Maharishi Yaj will always be a present, will always be in the present, always available for the present. We don't talk when we do this. We don't have to. Our thoughts are projected, and when they can be heard just like words can be when we talk. This is a cardinal oath for us. Even though we are not bound by the time factor, we know that the power that lies in the now point, which is your current living point. The point from which your life unfolds just as you want it. The point where you can choose to travel in an entirely different direction. This world that you live in has conditioned its people in such a way that they seldom use the power that lies in the now. Either the past abducts them or the future keeps them hostage. They seldom return to the present, forgetting that it is a present, a gift. When you are in the present, you make yourself a present for others. They feel good about themselves and you by their presence. This helps you with the golden rule. The greatest challenge even for a sage is to learn the art of living in the present, enjoying the present, focusing in the present, deciding in the present, observing in the present. All this in its purest form, meaning not mixing the past, present and the future together when living in the present. Recalling something from your memory is not the cause of problem, nor visualizing a magnificent life in the future. The question is, on what purpose do you go and visit these places? Do you go to your past to live that painful experience again in the present? Do you think about your past failures regularly? Are you once more embarrassed when you recollect in your memory that moment when you faced that humiliation? Do you surge with indignation for an act of cruelty that was done to you long time back? Do you imagine yourself failing miserably in that venture you are going to start next week? Or do you marry your past to your future by thinking that your past flaws, mistakes and bad experiences are going to repeat themselves in the future? These experiences are felt in the now and uproot all your positive energy that are supplied to you in the now. Instead of experiencing the now, people have this tendency to experience their bad past or a future they imagine to go awry. But what they seem not to realize is that through their memory, they are torturing themselves in the now. We sages have known from time immemorial that all the feeling of powerlessness in all the worlds we visit arise not from the real problem, most of the time, but from reliving or pre-living your thoughts. One cannot change what happened in the past, but one can take a new approach now than what one took in the past. People who have become spiritually mature focus on the moment and they fully live in the now. They allow the present moment to completely own them. This is allowing. When you begin to practice living in the present, initially you will feel that you are going too much slower in this modern age. You will feel that you are moving slower than you are capable of, and will start to feel a kind of uneasiness that arises from the mindset that you need to be doing many things instead of focusing on just one at this point. Rishis refer to this living in the moment as tasting each moment like a gourmet who is highly awake at each meal. This is not synonymous with doing things as you please at your own pace. We understand that current world works faster than the earlier ones. But speed is different from rashness, isn't it? Doing things at a higher rate of speed can also mean rashness, not only speed. Instead, what following this principle means is that any one point you give your attention, your love, your passion, your power of imagination, your potential, your senses, your thought energy, and everything to the experience at hand. You become like a sage when you practice this philosophy. You become more patient but faster. You will not be in a hurry but not lazy. You will develop an impeccable concentration, and more than anything else, you will be a lot more free from stress and worries. Does this mean that you shouldn't think about your past or future? Of course not. The only moment where you have the ability to think about your past or your future is your present moment, and that too only for planning your future or reviewing something about your past. Definitely not to worry or become anxious about them. Would you believe that we rishis and other sages of different order can go back to the past, kind of like time traveling, and think about what is happening now from that vantage point? We can do the same with the future too, but for you it's only the now. It's easier than what we do here. Always, once you have planned or reviewed a plan or an idea, just forget about them and enter the next stage, the execution stage. That's where your present comes into the scene. This execution part depends upon how well you could concentrate on your present and how well you could avoid being overwhelmed by your past or future. The sad thing is when people reading incessantly the old, dull stories they once wrote, when they can write a new, beautiful story now. The Sutra. Let your present be your present. Allowing one's dates and will-bes to affect the present adversely is the reason why this moment is utilized much less than how well it could be used.